How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? None. Okay, that is easily the least offensive joke on the entire list, so if you're someone that's easily offended, I would recommend you just not watch this video because I'm probably going to piss you off. Alrighty then. How do they know that Princess Diana had dandruff? They found her head and shoulders in the glove compartment. How many cops does it take to push a black man down the stairs? None. He fell. What's the worst part about locking your keys in your car outside an abortion clinic? You have to go back in and ask for a coat hanger. Why don't you ever see black people on cruise ships? They're not falling for that one again. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeve? Christopher Walken. What did the black woman name her 5 sons? Tyrone, 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 and Tyrone. How did she tell them apart? She just called them by their last name. What's the difference between Santa Claus and Jews? Santa comes down the chimney. You know, people are always telling black jokes, but why don't people tell white jokes? They don't want to lose their jobs. Why do the Scottish wear kilts? Because sheep can hear a zipper from like a mile away. I'm implying that the Scottish have sex with sheep. You get it, you get it. What's the scariest thing about a white man in prison? You know that he actually did it. What starts with N, ends with R, and is a word you never want to call a black person? Neighbor. What do you call it when a white man on the dance floor has a seizure? An improvement. A priest and a rabbi are running out of a burning school, and the priest turns to the rabbi and says, "What about the children?" The rabbi says, "Fuck the children!" And the priest stops and is like, "Do you think we'll have time?" What do you do when your dishwasher stops working? You punch her in the face and you remind her of her duties. Domestic abuse jokes, they never get old. What's worse than raping Helen Keller? Breaking her fingers so she can't tell anybody. Who is the greatest Jewish cook ever? Hitler. How is spinach like anal sex? Chances are if you were forced to have it as a child, you're probably gonna hate it as an adult. Man, that's not even the worst one that I'm gonna tell you today, and I already feel dirty. I feel quite dirty. What's the difference between Paul Walker and a computer? When my computer crashes, I actually give a fuck. So the other day my grandpa was complaining that people in my generation rely too heavily on technology. Now, being the smartass that I am, I called him a hypocrite and unplugged his life support. What's the worst part about breaking up with a Japanese girl? You have to drop the bomb twice before she'll finally get it. How can you tell if your wife is dead? Well, the sex is about the same, but the dishes really start piling up. How many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? Oh, that's a silly question. Feminists can't change anything. Of all the horrible jokes in this video, that one's probably the one that people are gonna be the most pissed about, which is kind of funny to me. Did you hear about the 2-car pileup in Mexico? Yeah, like 200 Mexicans died. Why does Stephen Hawking only do one-liners? He can't do stand-up. How many cops does it take to change a light bulb? None. They arrest the bulb for being broke and beat the room for being black. So I suggested to my wife that she would look sexier with black hair. Apparently that is an insensitive thing to say to a cancer patient. Why do black men cry during sex? You'd cry too with a bunch of mace in your eyes. So what kind of file do you need to turn a 15mm hole into a 40mm hole? A pedophile. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these horrible, horrible jokes, and if you did, you can leave a thumbs up. Also, you can check out this video here somewhere because I did a video like this like way back when I started YouTube, so you can check that out for 50 more of these jokes. And there's also going to be a playlist somewhere like here where you can watch all my joke videos. So do that. Bitch at me in the comments because you watched an offensive joke video and got offended, and I will see you guys next Sunday with a new video. Okay,